Welcome back, everyone. Our next presenter is Hapbee Technology Inc. It trades on the OTCQB under the symbol HAPBF and on the TSXV under the symbol HAPB, and is a wearable wellness technology company that aims to help people enhance how they feel. Today, we have the CEO with us, Yona Shtern. Welcome, Yona.
Good morning, and thanks for having us.
We are so excited to hear your presentation. And as always, all of our attendees will submit the questions specifically for you through our webinar module. So the floor is yours whenever you're ready, Yona.
Fantastic. Well, good morning, everyone, and thanks for attending. I'm going to walk everyone through our slides and share a little bit about how Hapbee works and the market that we find ourselves in. From an overview perspective, the company is in a large and growing marketplace. It's about a $4.2 trillion wellness global market, made up predominantly of wearables and nutritional supplements. It's growing rapidly, especially given the times that we find ourselves in. Wellness is an increasingly important part of people's lives, not only physical health, and also mental health is a major, not only struggle, but focus for people. The company, as you will see, has a number of different revenue streams. We have both a hardware and a subscription model. We are also moving into a hardware licensing model where people can leverage our technology and implement it into their own products. So that's also a very high margin stream of revenue. Our growth strategy leverages a number of key channels. I've assembled a world-class team that has done this before and has leveraged every single one of these channels, and we'll walk you through what those look like. Most of our growth to date has been essentially word of mouth. So it's particularly exciting to see the type of not only growth, but engagement that we've had to date without spending any marketing dollars. And we've got a deep competitive moat around this product. We've got an exclusive 20-year global license to leverage this technology for the purposes of consumer use, about 40 patents, $80 million of R&D, and really there is no technology that looks like this on the planet. As I mentioned, the global wellness market is growing. One of the biggest portions of it is what we call consumer wellness wearables. Think of the Apple Watch or Whoop, which is making a lot of noise now with professional athletes. Fitbit, which was bought by Google. Halo, which was bought by Amazon. People are increasingly becoming aware of how their body is performing, and they are gathering this biodata through wearables. Sleep is one of the most commonly focused areas within the wellness market. It's over $100 billion and growing. Close to 2/3 of Americans, as a result of a recent study, indicated that they either have problems falling asleep or staying asleep. Just as a quick side note, one of the primary reasons I got involved with this company 4 months ago and took over as CEO is because I tried the product myself. I was the type of person who woke up every morning at 3:30 and couldn't fall back asleep. I tried the product the first night and I slept till 7:30 in the morning. I was convinced, and I've spoken to dozens of customers who've had very similar experiences. It's groundbreaking, not only in terms of its efficacy, but how different it is from the alternative, the chemical alternatives that are on the market today. We call Hapbee the future of wearable wellness, not only because it's patented and it's unique, but effectively what it's able to do is put users in control of how they feel. Think Spotify for moods, or for how you feel both physically and mentally. It's that powerful. We have a growing group of very notable authorities, professional athletes, entertainers, notable business people who use the product on a daily basis, anywhere from 6 to 13 hours a day, for everything from sleep, relaxation, to focus. Dave Asprey, the founder of Bulletproof Coffee, Dan Sullivan, one of the foremost strategic and business coaches, are not only advisors, but they became advisors to the company based on trying the product and using it themselves. So where does all of this lead us to? Well, how does this all work? I'm not going to bore you with a chemistry lesson or a physics lesson, but I will explain to you is something that Einstein kind of figured out 100 years ago and forecasted, which is everything is magnetic. Everything works based on waves. If I would have told you 5 years ago that you could charge your cell phone without wires, you probably would have told me that that was Star Trek stuff. Well, the same thing works in your bodies. What our scientists have figured out using very sensitive equipment that was developed by the US Navy is that every compound that we ingest is made up of molecules. We all know that. But what the scientists figured out is that these molecules, they oscillate and vibrate at a very, very specific frequency. Each single compound that we ingest, caffeine, nicotine, CBD, etc., melatonin, each one of those compounds has a unique digital signature. It's a song, magnetic resonance, all of its own, that doesn't look like the magnetic resonance or song of any other compound. What our scientists have figured out how to do is to capture and record that melody, that song that is unique to each compound, and play it back so that the bioreceptors in your body can hear it. You don't hear it with your ears, but your cells, the bioreceptors and the proteins in your cells, this is what they listen to or listen for when you drink a cup of coffee and it makes you feel awake. This is what those bioreceptors in your bodies listen to when you take a melatonin capsule or gummy in order for you to sleep at night. It's not a chemical reaction. It's a sound or magnetic wave reaction. And what Hapbee is able to do is to play back those songs, those melodies, those blends, so that your bioreceptors in your bodies can hear them and react as though the compound was present, but without ingesting any of those drugs or compounds into your body, without any of the side effects. So no side effects, no nicotine or tar or digestive impacts. The other beautiful part of it is because you're playing a melody and it's only digital, you control when it goes on. You also control when it goes off. If you need to be focused for 2 hours or 3 hours while you're doing work or studying or driving, then you will play the appropriate signal. If you need to wind down and get calm before bed or relaxation, you can do that. If you need sleep as a big part of your regimen, sleep is integral to our health. It's integral to our performance. It's integral to memory. It's integral to athletics. It's key at some points during the day and certainly deep sleep at night. You play a signal, and I promise you, your performance from a sleep point of view will improve. It worked for me. It works for about 80% of people who use the product. The headband, which is the delivery mechanism, is you can see I'm wearing it today around my neck. You could put it under a pillow for sleep. You could put it behind your back if you want to relieve stress or pain on your back, or you could wear it around your neck, and it will create a very, very low energy magnetic field that oscillates at the same rhythm as the compound you're looking to emulate. But the true value is the Hapbee app. And inside of it, again, think of Spotify for how you feel. You can choose to be calm. You could choose to be focused. You could choose a signal or a blend for deep sleep. I think one of the really compelling components is how Hapbee works with other wearables to deliver the ultimate objective in wellness. If you're wearing an Oura Ring, or you're wearing a Whoop, or you're wearing an Apple Watch, you're already in tune with how your body is performing, and you're looking through the dashboard to figure out how to make that better. What Hapbee does which you're probably unable to do just on your own, is it acts as a catalyst. It'll allow you to achieve that state that you would normally get by ingesting a substance that carries with it bad side effects without any of that, where you're in control of how long and how you feel. And then you could see the impacts on that bio tracker on your Apple Watch or Fitbit or Garmin, etc. Ultimately, we see that loop, that integration with bio trackers being bidirectional and actually integrating an algorithm which will optimize that loop. And so you could kind of, if you will, set this loop for a desired result, and then the algorithm will optimize how long a signal plays, how strong it plays, how long it's on or it's off, so that you achieve the desired result. How long you sleep, how deep you sleep, how focused you are, how calm you get, and so on. From a distribution perspective and a growth strategy, as I mentioned, we launched the product late last year. We've shipped about 5,000 units. We're building a very passionate and engaged user base, but all of that to date has been word of mouth. We are launching, as we speak, a direct-to-consumer strategy with an optimized website and paid media. We're in the final stages of negotiation to distribute the product through third parties, both retail, home shopping, and through kind of traditional e-commerce like Amazon. The platform itself, where we're creating content, we created the original 25 blends that help you optimize your life. But the next phase will be launching with third parties, folks who are authorities either in sports, entertainment, and also in wellness practitioners will be launching blends of their own on the platform that all Hapbee subscribers can use. And they not only bring credibility, but they also bring considerable audience eyeballs to the platform as creators on top of it. I wanted to share some views as to where we're going from a product roadmap point of view. It's really all about content, but then it's also about optimizing how we deliver that content to consumers. Today, it's through this necklace/headband, but ultimately it will be built into a bed topper that you'll be able to sleep on, and you get a full body experience. And because it's zone controlled, you can not only play a certain blend for an effect for your head, but you could also have relaxation blends that will play for different parts of your body at the same time. A sleep mask, which is optimized for beauty and relaxation communities, and also is ideal for travel. And you could see using this either while you're traveling in a hotel or on an airplane and play a melatonin or an adenosine signal for complete and total relaxation. A therapy pad that can be used on different parts of the body for use of therapeutics, and an office or gaming chair where you could be body relaxation, but mental focus and sharpness without drinking Red Bull or smoking cigarettes. From a revenue perspective, I mentioned a number of different revenue streams, all high margin. There's the sale of the device. There's an ongoing subscription model where you get all access to all of the blends that we currently have and will continue dropping onto the platform. Hardware licensing, we definitely see this technology being built into other people's user experiences and products. Think headphones, think gaming chairs, think the seat back of your automobile, think a first class business seat on an airplane where you can play a work signal followed by a sleep signal followed by a reveille signal. It's not just massage and temperature that will be built into seats. It will also be mood and mindfulness enhancing opportunities with this technology. We've put together a world-class team that has previously scaled similar technologies and devices. On the bottom left-hand corner, Iggy joined us from Therabody, where he was head of global partnerships. We have another fellow, Jordan, who just joined us, who was head of growth at Peloton. So really assembled a world-class crew that has scaled multi-billion-dollar enterprises in the wellness space before. Our board similarly is made up of folks who have expertise both on the biotechnical medical side, but also folks who've scaled businesses. Mark Tim, second from the right, is the second largest independent reseller on the Amazon platform, and is helping us break into platforms like that from a growth and distribution point of view. We've got a deep product roadmap. 2021 for us was all about setting the stage for growth. 2022 is about igniting growth and really getting this product into the hands of as many people as we can. And then 2023 is about moving beyond North America into international markets and really doubling down on some of the B2B or B2B2C opportunities in wellness, defense. We're already working with a significant number of military veterans who use the product as a non-chemical alternative for sleep, anxiety, depression, and so on, extremely effectively. We think that there's a big opportunity to change people's lives there, not only in retired, but also in active military, both in North America and globally. Professional and amateur athletics. We've got well-known professional athletes who use the product as an alternative to ingesting substances, which they don't want to do. And then there's some really interesting opportunities in entertainment, both experiential, music, theater, and the growing gaming community. We've got projects underway with all of them, and we see opportunities to really double down on all of those as key growth verticals as we move forward. They're about 100 million outstanding shares. As Anna mentioned at the outset, we trade on the TSXV under the ticker symbol HAPB. And we're extremely bullish about the opportunity for us if we've seen what's happened with companies like Whoop, Peloton, Noom, and Calm. All are potential partners for us, but we have a very, very distinct and unique value proposition. And I think the market TAM that we're going after eclipses all of those combined.
Could you try again?
That's the headline stories on Hapbee. I'm happy to take any questions that anybody might have.
Thank you for that presentation. I'm sorry, my dog just started to bark and I had to let her out real quickly. That all these natural things that happen when we have these virtual conferences, but fantastic presentation and technology. I like a lot of this stuff. So thank you, Yona. Okay, so Keith Wagner wants to know, in comparison with chemical substances that produce caffeine, et cetera, is the Hapbee product a healthier alternative?
Well, it's certainly healthier because it will elicit a very similar reaction. So instead of drinking Red Bull or 3 cups of coffee, and also the secondary side effects of coffee on your digestive system, I know myself, if I have a cup of coffee after 4 p.m., I'm not sleeping that night. Right. Even decaf, I have to say, has a negative impact on me. The nice thing about Hapbee is it will stimulate the same bioreceptors that make you feel awake, but no side effects. Because you're not ingesting anything, it's not going to affect your stomach. It's not going to affect your digestive system. And also, it's not going to have this long, latent impact on your body because the chemical remains present in your digestive system. That's why if you have coffee after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're still going to have some latent impact as it moves its way through your digestive system and your metabolism at 11 o'clock at night. You take Hapbee off or you switch to a different signal, 10 minutes after you finish, you're back to base state. So no side effects, full control over timing and impact.
Fantastic. So Greg Torres says in a recent news release, it was stated that Deepak Chopra used the Hapbee headband. What was his feedback?
It was awesome, and it was amazing. When Scott Donnell, our founder, started the company, he kind of made himself a little list. All entrepreneurs do that. If one day so-and-so could use this product, and so he had a little GOAT list of, like, from a mindfulness point of view, who would that be? And so Deepak was on a Post-it note somewhere in Scott's office, and Scott happened to be at a conference, Modern Nirvana conference in Austin about 4 weeks ago, and Deepak was no surprise, was the keynote speaker. Scott approached him and said, "I'd love you to try this." And Deepak, who's a wellness expert and also an industry unto himself, he put it on and he felt the impact immediately. In fact, he was playing a nicotine signal that gives you great focus. And he worked for about 10 minutes, and then he walked over to Scott and he goes, "I'm about to do my presentation. I cannot do it in this state." You know what Deepak's all about. Wow. He's all about calm, and he says, "Could you get me to a different state?" And so we put on I can't remember if it was the calm or the relax. One is CBD based, one is THC based. And he said, "It's amazing. It's like I've got a remote control for how I feel." So much so that we announced a collaboration and partnership. And 2 weeks ago in Los Angeles, Deepak led a meditation group at the Van Gogh experience in West Hollywood. And we provided 150 devices playing that same calm signal to everybody there while he led a meditation, and everybody was watching kind of like a 4D Van Gogh experience. I wish everybody could have been there. It was transcendental. It was crazy because not only you had Deepak leading you, you're watching this beautiful, incredible Van Gogh experience, and your body is experiencing a CBD signal that gets you into the appropriate mental state. So we're excited. I can't reveal exactly what we'll be doing with them, but there will be more news around our collaboration with Deepak. He said to us, "It's the first time I've used a wearable where I can actually control how I feel. Every other wearable is just telling me what my body's already doing."
Fascinating. I've actually met Deepak as well, and he is a super chill and approachable guy. So
amazing.
Great endorsement for sure. Neil Nicholson asks, what is Hapbee's plan moving forward to accelerate and expand the distribution of the Hapbee devices?
I would say I hesitate to use the word influencer because we don't need that. And I think it would actually hurt the brand if we just paid a bunch of people to issue promo codes and do beauty shots with a Hapbee. The nice thing about the community of Hapbee users is they're the first people who want to become brand ambassadors and kind of get the story out. And so that's a big part of it, making sure that we get it into the hands of the right types of people who have credibility, but also have a need for the product, which is pretty broad. We're amping up our direct-to-consumer strategy. So once somebody is out there and talking about their personal experience, we can use that to amplify through social media marketing and then drive people to our website. And then you're going to start seeing some third-party distribution where this product is going to be available through other third-party marketplaces. All of that is in the works.
Great. Scott Crosby asks, what does Hapbee's customer demographic look like, and any plans for international expansion?
Uh, Also, great questions. Um, I would have thought that sleep, when I first joined the company, one of the first things we did is we tried to figure out, why are people using this? Because usually customers are the best people to tell you how to grow. They know your product better than you do. And so we found that 60% of people were using the product for sleep. I thought that meant that our demographic would skew older. Much to my surprise, and my 21-year-old daughter told me this, that all of her friends take melatonin gummies to fall asleep. We've got three pockets. We have young people, 18 to 25, who need help sleeping. They're going through a really difficult time right now, anxiety, school, first jobs, and so on. Professionals. So there's a group in the big professional area, kind of 35 to 50, and then older folks, 55 plus. So we've got pockets that use it, oddly enough, for the same thing. The primary use is sleep, and the number two use is focus. Instead of Adderall or nicotine, just play a blend, no side effects. And international, probably end of next year. I think our cup runneth over in North America at this point. We have barely scratched the surface of our opportunity here. But yes, longer term, bigger picture, whatever works here is going to work in Europe, Asia Pacific, and so on.
Great. Jamal Pope asks if you can talk about any patents that you may have.
Well, we've got a global license. Hapbee was created as an offshoot of a private company in Seattle called Emulate, which is leveraging the same technology for FDA approved as an FDA approved medical device. That's not what we're doing. They're doing that stuff. They own the core IP and patents. We have a global exclusive license for non-therapeutic, non-medicinal applications. They've got, I think, 39 patents, $80 million worth of R&D into that thing. They're using it for things like glioblastoma, which is a form of inoperable brain cancer. They're doing pain research, opioid addiction. It's incredible what this technology will do on the medical side. On the wellness side, we've got that covered through our exclusive license.
Yona, there are so many more questions for you, but we are out of time. But I think that we should get some product over here, and then we can give you a personal review on our side next time.
We would be delighted. Send us all your info, and we'd love to get you some demo units.
Great. Awesome. Great presentation, great technology. This is fascinating stuff. So please join us again on an upcoming conference with some updates. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, stay with us. We're transitioning to our next presenter, and we'll be right back.